Good morning and welcome back to Good Morning Tobago right here on Tobago Updates. Now, today is the celebration of Baby Loss Day, International Baby Loss Day, that is. And to have that conversation with me this morning, I have the privilege of sitting and chatting right here at the Magdalena Grand Beach Resort with Mrs. Makida Gray, who is the founder of Zafiri Foundation Initiative. Good morning and welcome.
Good morning and welcome to Tobago. Thank you for taking the initiative to have us on today, another year with you all.
Excellent. And, you have been celebrating this for a good while, right? And, you've made it your duty to reach out and to support other women using this foundation. Tell us a bit about your journey and why it's important to continue to raise awareness here in Tobago.
The Zafiri Foundation was birthed in 2018. However, I experienced my loss in 2015. After my loss in 2015, it was very difficult to navigate through work-life balance and also daily interactions with other persons. And it was a conversation that was seldom talked about. And what happened to me is in 2018, I was a student at Atalochak and I wanted to do something in honor of my experience. So I did a tea party. And from that tea party, we had clinical specialists along with persons who would have championed the cause to support persons who would have been directly or indirectly affected by baby loss. And from that simple tea party, some of the patrons wanted for us to continue some type of awareness or some type of support group for women that would have been directly affected, because at that point in time, that would have been in 2018, there weren't any organizations per se in Trinidad and Tobago that actually dealt directly with persons who would have been affected by baby loss. So from that experience of hosting that tea party, the Zafiri Foundation Initiative was born.
Excellent. And, persons may have quite a limited view on what baby loss entails, but it's not just about having a miscarriage or a stillbirth. There are other areas that constitute baby loss. Tell us about that.
Baby loss is a journey and an experience that most people seldom speak about because it's a very traumatic experience. When it is someone knows that they're pregnant, it gives a sense of joy, and not just joy directly to them, but also joy for their family, especially the expansion of one family. So when it is you hear someone experience that sort of joy, it's not really welcoming to speak about the sadness that comes with knowing that you did not carry the baby full term, or you did not have that joy of leaving the hospital with the baby. So something called postpartum depression is very real, and it's not just with persons who would have been directly affected with pregnancy loss. Persons who actually have a successful pregnancy, meaning that they went to the hospital, they delivered the baby, and they come home, they also experience postpartum depression. So just imagine someone who did not have that joy of leaving the hospital with your baby, and you have to experience postpartum depression. Also, what tends to happen is that grief kicks in at baby loss. And when grief kicks in at baby loss, you have different stages of grief. Sometimes you have the acceptance, meaning that you accept the fact that you no longer have that baby with you, but then you have the what if and the milestones that you'll never get to experience. And then you have the denial stage, then you have the blaming stage, then you have the stage that you are battling between whether or not you should try again because of the trauma of what happened before. So based on all those experiences, it's not a topic that persons really want to speak about, but it needs to be spoken about.
Right. And does losing a baby after a month or a couple of weeks after leaving the hospital also constitute baby loss?
Baby loss also have different areas of baby loss. So you have baby loss from the medical perspective, because some pregnancies aren't carry full term because of medical reasons. So you have that baby loss at that stage. Then you have baby loss at the stage of a miscarriage, where the baby dies between the first week to the 26th week of pregnancy. Then you have a stillbirth, which is what I had, which is the baby would have gone to full term and the baby died at birth or died during the vaginal birth, or you have a SIDS, which is sudden infancy death, where your baby is between 6 months to a year and the baby die. So you have those different areas that constitutes the baby loss. However, we also welcome persons who lost children at the age anytime over a year, because it's still something that is very traumatic and is within the same baby loss spectrum that persons experience the loss, and we don't want to categorize it into just baby loss as baby loss from pregnancy to a year, but we welcome persons who would have experienced a lot at any stage for their children.
Right, and talk to us a bit about the activities that you'll be hosting this time around and how persons can get involved today.
The Free Foundation initiative, as I indicated, was birthed in 2018, and thus far we have several initiatives that would have championed the cause for the past 6 years. This year is Baby Loss Awareness 23rd year. The Free Foundation would have connected with several international bodies to basically pattern some of their initiatives. So 2 of the initiatives that we are hosting this year is our biannual awareness walk. That walk was held on Saturday at the Canal Bay, and we got a good turnout this year. A lot of moms came out and support us to honor their babies. And then we are hosting our International Wave of Light, which is carried on the 15th of October. And this is the initiative that has been happening for the past 23 years internationally. And we will be joining we will be joining our international bereaving parents to celebrate Baby Loss Awareness Day with our Wave of Light, which is carried to be held at the Amphitheater at Scarborough, Tobago.
Excellent. And so why is it important for persons who have been affected or have a family member that has been affected, or, to come out and support? Because to be very honest, a lot of the times when persons go through this level of trauma, to cope with this situation, you would know they just try to forget.
Yes.
They just want to forget. They want to act like it never happened and bury that part of their experience in some deep, dark place in their mind where they never want to go back to. How does it help to come out and engage with women who, have been through this? Is it something that is a trigger, a negative trigger for some women, or is it a place where you can be embraced and you can just exhale and be around persons who assure you that you are not alone?
You said it perfectly in the end. Assures you that you are not alone. Baby Loss Awareness Month and Baby Loss Awareness itself is a very triggering experience. And what we have observed is that your pain could be something purposeful to help someone navigate through their darkness. Now, baby loss for me was a very dark place for the first 3 years, because I had my loss in 2015, but I wasn't at the stage where I could have shared my experience until about 3 years after, which is when I held the tea party. And what it is we would have realized over the past 6 years is that when it is you feel that you're in a space that is like mine, you can be open. And once it is you are open to welcome that openness, you can share your experience. And by sharing your experience, you get to realize that it's not as dark as you've experienced it to be. It could be something that sheds a light on a situation that society seldom speaks about.
Right.
So one thing is we also realize too is that a lot of persons don't want to talk about baby loss. Baby loss is something that no one wants to speak about. But if it is I come and say, okay, I experienced baby loss, you say, no, I had somebody or I experienced that. And that starts a conversation. And what the conversation starts and what the conversation helps to do is to explore the challenges that women in society face. So we know that experiencing baby loss could be sometimes medically associated. So persons who would have connected with it over the years would have explained that I experienced postpartum depression, I experienced preeclampsia during pregnancy, I experienced diabetes during pregnancy. And once it is you have this conversation, then we can go to the bodies that be to assist in providing proper health care for women, proper screening for women post-pregnancy and after pregnancy, especially the ones who experience miscarriage. Now, I was very blessed in the sense that when I experienced my loss, I had my successful rainbow baby in 2018, but based on my pre-health conditions, the doctors were better able to assist and treat me. So if it is you don't speak about your loss and you don't speak about the challenges and the experiences you have, how do you expect the bodies that be, especially in the healthcare facility, to assist us women to be able to have more successful pregnancies?
Excellent. Well, even as we wrap up our discussion this morning, I want you to, encourage women to come out and be a part and really go beyond that hard external shell of not wanting to speak anymore and really engaging with the work that you're doing and encouraging others to support that work as we close this morning.
So it's really nice to be here this morning because the theme for Baby Loss Awareness this year is Together We Care. So we really want to champion the cause of Together We Care by persons actually breaking their silence and coming out to support. Because if it is we don't break our silence and come out and support each other, we would always be in a place of darkness. And there's so much light in sharing your experience that we want you to open up. We want you to think about not just yourself, but think about others and think about the way how you could connect with others and share your experience. And we could only do that if it is we come together as a body, as a force, that persons know that we want to be able to say in 2020, in 2030, that based on our impact and our speaking about the challenge that we experience, we could have a reduced baby loss fertility rate.
Excellent. We want to thank you so much for being here this morning and all the work that you are doing. And we're encouraging persons to reach out to you and be a part of all that you're doing. So how can persons contact you?
Zafiri Foundation, we have a Facebook page and we also have a WhatsApp group. We meet monthly, the first Wednesday in every month. We have our support group meetings via Google Meet. And then for the month of October, annually, we have several activities. But throughout the year, you can get in contact with us at our Facebook page, also at our email, which is zafiri.18@gmail.com. And you could also get in contact with us via our mobile number, which is 778-7199, to join our WhatsApp group where we post different activities and initiatives that we are hosting throughout the year.
Excellent. We want to thank you so much for being here, guys. We're going to take a quick break right here and we'll be back after this. See you soon.